The mind of Megatron is fascinating, and has had vastly different interpretations with different core beliefs over the years. Unlike a character like Optimus. Like, okay, come on. One of them turns into a giant hand. Like, if that's not different, I don't know what is. But the two you usually see over the years are him either being a force of just pure evil, or a broken bot whose motives and goals have become muddled over the years. And unlike my previous video, I'll say this one's going to be more lighthearted, and I'm not really going to be showing clips for evidence, so deal with it. I'll start with just a plain evil Megatrons, because they're really just the most basic versions of the character. I mean, like, you got your G1s, Bay vs. Animateds, etc. These Megatrons don't really have much to them, except for challenging the characters and being intimidating, which they do a really good job at. Like any other person, I'd shit my pants if I ran into animated Megatron on the street. But I still very much enjoy these versions of the character. It's just that they're not really characters per se. They're hollow and there's not much depth to them, if you get what I'm saying. But sometimes, once in the blue moon, we get very in-depth explorations of the character, when they really break down the character into their core and dissect it. Enter IDW, the War for Cybertron Trilogy, and, like, EarthSpark, I guess. Now, keep in mind, I haven't fully read the IDW comics, but I have the essential understanding of the characters, the events, the stuff Megatron goes through in the story. Megatron and IDW essentially feels bad for causing an entire war that spans centuries and the deaths of millions, so, you know, the basics. So Megatron was like, bro, I feel really bad. I'm gonna join the Autobots and the Lost Light and go rediscover myself. And I'm not really gonna go into what the Lost Light is. It's another kind of word. I'm not gonna discuss that. But while traveling with the Lost Light's crew, they go to Necro World, which is, if you don't know, a place where every flower planted equals every person you cause the death of. But when Megatron goes to Necro World, it's literally just an entire ocean of flowers. It's all that the eye can see. And he knows how wrong he was back then, to take so many lives. But he improves. He becomes a better person. He literally saves the universe. However, after the day is saved and essentially they're just matrices lying around, to open them, you must truly believe you are a good person. So Rodimus makes this grandiose speech that everyone is able to open Matrix, except for Megatron. After everything he's been through, he still does not believe he is a truly good person. It's incredibly tragic. Now next up, it's the War for Cybertron Trilogy Megatron. Like, the show exists. Like, it's there, I guess. It's a really boring show. I don't really like the show, to be honest, but Megatron here essentially has the same backstory as IDW Megatron. He was a miner from Tarn, lower class, created the Decepticons to combat the corrupt Cybertronian elites. Over time, became a tyrant that ravaged Cybertron, yeah. But the difference between IDW Megatron and Siege Megatron is that he doesn't go on a journey of rediscovery and get a big redemption. I think he actually goes a bit crazy in Kingdom. Look, it's been a while since I've watched the War for Cybertron Trilogy. I don't really remember much. Like, he's afraid of a Unicron or something, and because Galvatron, he's Galvatron in the future, and Optimus becomes Nemesis, and he wants to steal the Matrix now. Look, can someone explain in the comments what the hell happened in the show? But yeah, I guess that's the War for Cybertron Megatron in a nutshell. Now to end off this video, I'm going to be talking about EarthSpark Megatron, which again essentially just is IDW Megatron but for kids. So, and this time he's working with the Autobots and has accepted that he is in fact a good person. Good on him. I just want to talk about this Megatron because it shows that even though he's left the Decepticon cause behind him, he is still actively caring about the treatment of the remnants. The biggest example is when he refuses to use a restraining bolt on Soundwave's cassette bots while Optimus and Bumblebee do, which kind of makes me question the morality of the Autobots a bit. But this shows that he really does care about them, even to go so far as to defend them. Megatron is an extremely interesting character, depending on which continuity the show is. But one constant I see throughout the depictions of Megatron I've gone over is that they all seem to draw from the IDW version of Megatron. I think that this might be because IDW Megatron really changed the game in terms of the character and how much depth is put into him. There's lots of potential for many more great versions of Megatron, and when they come, I'll be here for it.